right, Van Moody. He's ready for us now. Hi, Van.
Hi, Lauren. How are you?
Very good. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful.
All right, our topic is setting boundaries and dealing with toxic people. Maybe we should just give those toxic people a nice bottle of wine to cheer them up.
Yeah, that would help.
All right, so where do you want to start with this? 4 ways to set those boundaries?
Sure. I think one of the things that's extremely important, even in light of the Miami Dolphins issue that I think has captured the world's attention, is for people to understand that every relationship that we have affects us in some way, shape, or form. And so there's no such thing as a neutral relationship. And there are a ton of statistical data now that suggests that between 60 and 80% of all of the difficulties that happen in the workplace a lot of times have nothing to do with an employee's skill or gifting, but has so much more to do with relational challenges between employees and personnel. So it just drives home the point that people have got to learn how to set healthy boundaries at home and at work, so that they can have the kind of peace and productivity that they need in the workplace, and then even going into the holiday season, so that they can have a peaceful holiday as well.
60 to 80% of all difficulties in organizations stem from strained relationships between the workers. That is an astonishing statistic. You say here is one of the ways to set boundaries: manage your time, express yourself, play your part, and change the conversation. Can you expound on any one of those 4 elements?
Yeah, certainly. One of the most important things that people have to understand when they're dealing with toxic people is this: toxic individuals are not going to set boundaries for you. And so you've got to take the initiative to set those boundaries. The old adage holds true in the workplace that you can't choose your family, but you can choose your friends. Well, you can't choose your coworkers. And so that means then that often you're going to have to learn how to have healthy relationships with unhealthy people. So the boundaries are particular. And one of the most important things is expressing yourself. We talked about managing your time, and you gave the list of 4, but expressing yourself is huge, because once an individual determines the values that will really drive their life and anchor their life, they've got to communicate those things to their employees in a healthy way, in a non-judgmental way, so that the people that work around them understand who they are and what those principles and values are that are critical to their life, because those are the things that kind of set the stakes around your life, so people know what's acceptable and what's not acceptable, and where the boundary line is that they should and should not cross.
Hey, Van, how do you know if someone is toxic?
Well, there are several signs of a toxic relationship. A lot of them are situational, but let me see if I can give a few that I think apply to a number of different people. When you're in a relationship with somebody that stifles or limits your talent and your opportunity, that's a telltale sign of a toxic person or a toxic relationship. When you're in a relationship with people that twist circumstances and conversations to their benefit, that's an indication of a toxic person. When you are in a relationship with people who constantly remind you of mistakes or failures instead of really operating in the relationship with forgiveness and grace, those are signs of a toxic relationship. I'll give you another one if I've got time. When you're in a relationship with the person that is all about them instead of you and give and take, that's a toxic relationship as well.
Yeah, I think you just described my ex-boyfriend, Van. Thank you very much for your time. I also want to point out that you are an author of The People Factor. You're not a toxic person at all. I can tell right away. I like you.
Thank you so much, Lauren.
Van Moody, thank you so much for joining us. We have your website and your book up on the screen for everybody to see. Have a great weekend.
Thank you. You too. Take care.
Okay. And thank you to everybody for watching it. We're going to have to leave it here. Have a beautiful weekend. We'll see you on Monday. Bye-bye.